around 25 years back, we were not aware about the entity by name Election Commission of India. Let us go back to the history books and let us find out who was that person who introduced us with this particular name. That was T.N. Seshan. Till that point of time, we were not aware that this entity is there from 1950 when the constitution came. Now thereafter, we became aware about some more terminologies like free and fair election. That free and fair election was missing all throughout till this T.N. Seshan started implementing his powers. On the same line, when we consider about the elections of the cooperative housing society, obviously there was a need for a regulatory body who will look into the affairs of the conducting of the election. But the question is the cost, question is about infrastructure, question is about the all arrangement which is required to be made for conducting the election. We are aware that the state election authority is having their office in Pune, but there is acute shortage of a staff. Now there are large number of such entities which are having a shortage of a staff, but they are functioning. Now, unfortunately, with reference to less than 200 member society, the demand was there that rather we should be excluded for whatever reasons. I am of the view, I would like to differ with Advocate Mehta, who is next to me. I would like to say that, the election has to be conducted by independent, impartial authority. Take a case that the earlier body is there, then there are some likes and dislikes. There are the persons who are there who may say that, all right, let some third person be there as an observer, but still there will be a problem. So therefore, let the election be conducted by an independent person. That is my personal view. Since you asked me a question, what will happen, who will be a better person? So therefore, according to me, unless there is a third person who will take charge of the process of conducting the election, I am afraid the process will not be a fair, process will not be a transparent, and there is an apprehension that it will be a breach of the principles for which the 97th amendment was introduced. No doubt, as I said, these are my opinion, and ultimately from a practical point of view, the government decided to exclude those societies who are having less than 200 members. Let us consider this excuse also, this kind of reasoning which is given by the government. Is it possible for the Election Commission of India to say that we will not conduct election of Pondicherry? We are aware that Pondicherry is a very small place where the constituency is like one small ward from Mumbai, but the elections are conducted by the Election Commission of India. Whether we have heard by saying that the Election Commission of India has given their negative answer for conducting the election of a Gram Panchayat where 7 members are required to be elected? No. Why? Because free franchise, then free and fair election, transparency in the process of election, these are the basic pillars of the democratic pattern which we have adopted. On the same line, my view is that there is no need of exclusion of the societies who are having less than 200 members. Instead of that, the proper remedy would have been to strengthen the mechanism of conducting the election and give some sufficient manpower to the election authority. Thank you.